Another plugin I install on every single website I work on is Yoast SEO. Most websites rely on search engines like Google as a primary driver of traffic. And as I'm sure you know, the difference between appearing on page 1 and page 2, for example, can mean a difference between hundreds of thousands or even millions of impressions. That's why search engine optimization, or SEO, is such an important topic. If you want to maximize your exposure in the search results, you have to make sure your site is following all the best practices that Google and other search engines like to see. Now, WordPress actually plays pretty well with search engines right out of the box. It is the most popular content management system in the world, so Google knows how to handle it. But it's still a good idea to dig into the details and tweak some things to make sure your site is prepared to rank as highly as possible. So to do this, we're going to be using the Yoast SEO plugin, which in my experience has proven to be the best SEO plugin available for WordPress. So to install it, just like any other plugin, we're going to go to the plugin section and click Add New. We're going to search for Yoast SEO. Once that's done, it's going to say you've successfully installed Yoast SEO. And it's already doing a lot of things under the hood. It's making a lot of technical optimizations to make your site more descriptive, readable, and accessible to search engines. But you do want to go ahead and start this first time configuration to configure some basic settings. So it's going to ask you some questions about your website. We're going to go ahead and click Continue. And you can choose whether your site represents an organization or a person. So if it's just you and it's your personal website, your personal blog, you'll click Person. If it's an organization of any kind, a company, a nonprofit, a business, anything like that, you'll choose Organization. Here you can enter the name of your organization, and you can upload the logo for your organization. So I recommend you do that. I don't have a logo for this site, so I'm going to skip that part, but I do recommend you add a logo. So we'll click Save and Continue. And then it's going to ask for your social profiles. So Facebook, Twitter, you can add other ones here. These are the official profiles of this website. So again, if this is your personal website, you can put your personal links in here. But if it's an organization, you're going to want to use the social profiles of the organization itself. So enter those there, and then we'll hit Save and Continue. And here you can choose whether you want to provide anonymous information about your website and how you're using the Yoast SEO plugin. I'm going to say no, don't track my site data. And again, Save and Continue. So that's it. That takes care of the initial setup for this plugin. And like I said, a lot of things are already happening under the hood. Yoast is creating some sitemaps for you. It's rewriting your titles and meta descriptions. And thanks to the settings you just configured in that wizard, it's now able to provide a lot more information to Google and other search engines about you and the organization you represent. So in a lot of ways, Yoast SEO is a set it and forget it type of plugin, but there are some active things you can actually do with this plugin as you're creating content to make sure that that content is going to perform as well as it can in the search results. So to give you an example, I'm going to go to edit a page. I'm going to go edit my home page, my front page. And when we get here, you'll notice that we have a little Yoast SEO panel here. And there's a new icon up here for Yoast SEO where we can see all these different settings for the SEO of this page. So the first thing you'll see here is there's an option to enter a focus key phrase. Now this is a key phrase or keyword that you're trying to rank for with this particular page. So if you're creating a blog post about how to create a website, for example, you might enter create a website as your focus key phrase. In this case, we can just say, since the default header of this imported template is underground Renaissance, we can use that as our focus key phrase. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to analyze your content, and it's going to tell you a lot of information. So if you click on SEO analysis, it's going to show you some problems and suggestions for improvements that you can make in order to better optimize this content for this particular keyword. So most of these are pretty self-explanatory. You can read through them. They're all written in plain English, and you can make changes to, again, just better optimize this content. And if you're confused about anything, you can click on the links here, and it'll give you a little more information on the Yoast website about what that actually means and what the impact is of that particular element. So going back, I want to show you some other things you can manage with this plugin. So if we go to Google Preview, you can see actually what your website is going to look like in the Google search results. So you can see the mobile result and the desktop result. Now notice the title says home and then a hyphen and then Brad's test site. I don't really like that. I don't want to have home in the main title for my website on Google. So what you can do is you can edit the SEO title in this box. You can delete these placeholders here, and we'll just call it Brad's test site. So that just gives you a little more control over the title of your page in the search results. And by the way, that's also going to impact the title in your browser tab when you visit this page. Now, you can also write a custom meta description. That influences this black text in the search results. So it's a little description about the page. It could be a short excerpt or just a short blurb to encourage people to click on this page. So if we enter some dummy text here, you can see that this bar completely filled up because the text is too long. So we can shorten it, and ideally you want it to be in the green zone so it's not too long, not too short. And that's what it's going to look like when you're finished. I recommend writing a custom meta description for all of your content if you can, because again, it just gives you a little more control over how your search snippet is going to appear in the search results. Your SEO title, you can generally leave as the default. It uses these variables to show your page title or post title, a separator symbol, and then the title of your site. That's almost always fine, but in this case, for the home page, we don't want to have home and then the title of the site. The title of the site is just fine by itself. So this is a really nice interface to be able to edit these things and see what the actual result is going to be on the actual search results page. And when you're happy with your settings here, you can go ahead and return to your page. So that's how you can optimize your content as you're creating it with the Yoast SEO plugin. And remember, most of the work is being done under the hood automatically, so you don't even need to think about it.